All right, man, we back and a little bit different than what we normally is. Let me take my AirPod off. You know I had these bitches in my ear all the time.
They're probably disgusting.
No, they really not. My ears are great. My ears are great. But man, we are back with a special episode of Shop Talk. This don't increase the number. Well, actually, if we do
It'll be the same.
it'd be the same. Yeah. So episode 192. We back. Jay Johnson.
They ain't going wild.
And we got a special return guest, man. It's been about a year and a half.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Happy to have you back, man.
Absolutely. How you been doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. It's been a minute.
Last time I saw you was over by the shop you got on the east side.
Yeah, you was at the shop for it was the back to school.
Yep, for the back to school.
Yeah, it was back to school rally. Yeah, so.
3K auto sales.
Right.
Yep, I haven't seen you. We just been, texting. But yeah, I seen Dame. That was that fall. That was like school time, yo.
Right back to school time.
Yeah.
I was slaving in the studio.
Yeah.
I can't even represent it.
Yeah.
But we got you back because you got some other big things popping. If you follow you on social media, you're getting the grocery store will be up and running in the hood real soon, right?
The move is still moving. The train ain't stopped. Trials and tribulations, but man, I ain't gonna give up on it, man. We pushing, man. So now we on the east side, and yeah, man, I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good.
But a lot has transpired since you were last on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, I don't know if y'all even heard the first episode, but initially I just saw a tweet that went out about somebody in the city, young black man trying to start a grocery store. I'm like, oh, this shit dope.
Yeah.
And then just reached out like, hey, you want to come talk about it? It took a minute for us to correspond, but we came back, linked, had a really dope episode, found out.
Yeah, one of my favorite.
Found out that, oh shit, this nigga done wrote a book, and he been an entrepreneur since he was a little one. And since then you done dropped another book.
Yeah, well, two. I don't know how you want to count it. I did Make the Hood Great Again.
Mm-hmm.
I did a re-release of Wealth this past Black Friday, so I don't know if you want to count that as another one. But I mean,
it got a different UPC.
It do, it definitely do.
So
it's a new book for sure. So yeah, man. I mean, like I said, the train ain't stopped. You know what I'm saying? Is and a lot that happened in a year. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's been a year and some change since we all last kicked it. But yeah, man, I dropped another book.
So that's you did the How to Hustle book, right?
That was my first one.
That was the first one.
I did Wealth. That was number 2. Make the Hood Great Again is number 3. I just re-released Wealth as a re-rock. So, but it was added content and all that. So it was a new book, man. That's what we gonna call it, a new book. So that's book number 4. The number 1 on Amazon, which I'm always happy for that.
That's what's up.
Make the Hood Great Again did number 1 too, but this is number 2, my second number 1. So it's different, man.
That's
I got accolades.
That's not nothing to sweep up on.
I got some accolades. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. But yeah, man, make the Hood Great Again Hatline. Trying to do something bigger for that this year too. So a lot. Then I don't think that was out when I did my first episode.
No, definitely not all the different cities and the different not the different hoods. Yeah. The Joy Road, honestly, make Linwood a bit better again.
Yeah, it's like this. I got 10 Detroit neighborhoods. I got 5 in Miami. Working on Chicago. So yeah, we in different states now with it. So
okay. Worldwide campaign, nationwide.
That's the plan, man. We're trying to take it national in every city that we represent it. You know what I'm saying? And where it makes sense. I'm trying to get that Cali market, and trying to get into Atlanta. I actually started the whole neighborhood thing in Atlanta. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? It went hard, but I'm not down there, so it really was hard to gauge it, and it's hard to keep moving it. But I got people in Miami, so it's been working down there, and people in Chicago, so I'm just trying to make that happen. Got people here in Detroit, and I'm here too, so it can happen here. So
Matter of fact, somebody, I was out and about and somebody ran up on me with or to make the hood great again hat on. I was like, I know who made it. Matter of fact, I think I took a picture and something like like, I'm gonna let him know that you out here rocking and supporting because she had nothing but good things to say about you.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what's up when your name good in the street.
Yeah, absolutely.
that's what it means. That's what it matters, man. That's, you know what I'm saying, your pockets, that's cool when you get money. You know what I'm saying? But when you got a good reputation, your name means something in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do it for. You know what I'm saying? Money gonna come and go, but your name, bold.
Yeah.
You know, you just a nigga with a bad name. What's money? You know what I'm saying? And that ain't good. You know
To
what
quote
I'm saying?
Marlo, my name is my name.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
So, before we get into the grocery store, talk about the Wealth Book and why you created the Wealth Book and how that kind of spawned.
The original edition came from the Jay-Z 444 album. So I don't know, man. I woke up one day. This was after the album had came out, and I had it in my mind that I wanted to kind of write about the steps for financial independence, just from stuff that I knew from experience. But then when that album came out, that was just the battery in the back. Like, and it's time to put this in literary form.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got the audio, we got the visuals from the music videos, but now people need to read this, see it, feel it. And I've always felt like I had a risk to translate in a literary form that could really sell, but it can be successful. You know, people read, but they can read up to their level, or they can read stuff that they
level
feel.
of understanding.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I did so well with my first book, I'm like, I'm gonna try it again. And no marketing, no press, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of rushed it. Black Friday of that year, I put it out, and I still got legs on that thing. That's why I re-released it with new content, I got QR codes in this book. So it's different, you know what I'm saying, where you can get articles and stuff that I've read and videos I've watched, and it's not rocket science on a lot of these concepts.
Yeah.
So I just added it into the book, but here go, that's my works cited page.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the QR codes, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk about stocks. It's not hard to get into it if you read this, watch that, learn from that person like I did. So I just added it into the book too, but
That's dope.
the original concept was from Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z and Nipsey was really the two main inspirations for me putting out Wealth, you know what I'm saying? And definitely the whole tech edge is Nipsey with the second go round, so I had to shout that out.
And I like the marketing around the Wealth because it was very similar to the images Jay had on. I can't think of the song. The story of OJ.
Yeah.
So I like that, and it picked up instantly.
Yeah, it did. It went crazy. That's my best-selling book to date. Again, with no press, no nothing. It was just organic. And that's how I like it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a big time, machine behind me, so I got a lot of people power. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You drop that book in, phone banging all day, notifications, people buying it and all that. You can't beat that. You can't beat it when it's you know what I'm saying? Like, it showed people really respect your mind, and you can't beat that with a stick.
What's your process like when it comes to writing your books?
I lock in, and don't call me, don't talk to me, just leave me alone. I like to do it quick. It don't take a long time for me. It's just because if you read my books, they concise. So, it's just Machiavelli, that writing style from the Prince. I don't know if y'all read it, but it's so concise and 2-page chapters, 1-page chapter, 1-paragraph chapter. Is just do this, period. Next chapter, next whatever. So, if you cut into it like that, you can really get stuff done. Of course, your editing is probably a little bit more strenuous because you want to be concise but impactful. But I just lock in for a good 3-4 months and push it out, and
What's really dope, what I found was dope about the books is it's written in a way that the average person can understand and spoken in a language that we're familiar with. Without,
If it's not easy to pick up and read, not saying that it's easy, but like if it's not, digestible like that, just to pick up and read, sometimes the message in it will be lost. I mean, it's good.
speak to me in plain English.
Yeah, and but speak to us like us. Like, it read like a text message. I know y'all done got cussed out in text messages. We text how we talk.
Right.
That's how these books is written. You know what I'm saying? So from our community and our culture, we understand it. Somebody else might read it and be like, man, this shit, the grammar is all fucked up in here. We understand it. Right. And that's what matters. We understand it. Like, and it, like I said, it hits. It's something you can go back to. I always wanted something that you can, I always call it an instant game. I remember used being a dope spot stuff when I was a teenager. Your heart beating so fast, you worry about the police and, you know, the rush for the money. Like, if I was to give some type of game, it would have to be in that mode, like something quick, something easily to be digested, but something I can go back to, something I can put in my pocket. So that's kind of where I don't like my books no more than like 150 pages. It got to be quick. It got to be a quick, instant dose of game. Who got time to be fumbling through backstory type stuff? Like, just give it to me the way I need it so I can go on about my day. You know, I can be entertained by something else. I ain't really here to entertain people. I'm here to educate.
Man, I know of a studio where you can do an audiobook at.
I already know, and I'm with it. I got an idea for an audiobook, especially with this particular project, because I feel like I'm cheating the audience, because it's just like, I'm already not getting press. I'm already not getting a big build up for this book. I got the book, but that's it. Like, you ain't gonna give me nothing else. So I think with this go around, man, I want to go with the audiobooks. I want to go with the sit down seminars and go hard. Well, I don't think so. I want to. So
It'll be a different way for you to connect with people too.
It'll be a different way to connect, and it'll be a different way to take this to the next extreme. Like, I'm happy with my book sales, but I want an accolade of, you know, 50,000 units moved or something like that. But then I know that content is digested different too, so it'll just add more legs. So that audio book, hey man, let's get it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
We can lock in.
I'm with it.
So like the audio books are self-help, community help type. What do you think? What do you find yourself reading the most? I know what you've been writing. What do you find yourself reading the most?
Lately, it's been like stuff out of my norm. I've been reading like spirituality books, and right now I'm reading The Secret History of the World.
Okay.
But on the day-to-day is literally self-help, business-related stuff. I used to read a lot of books on investing, but not no more. It's literally now just life improvement, you know, a lot of cookbooks and shit, because I don't really know how to cook like that. So I've been reading up on, you know, nutrition, but like cookbooks and different things I can whip up, because George Foreman grill, and that's pretty much all I need in the oven. Man, and it's like, it gotta be more to this. It gotta be more to this life, but just the George Foreman grill. So yeah, I've been reading a lot of cookbooks.
Hey man, I burned through at least 3 George Foremans.
Yeah,
you single.
That's what I'm saying, man. You go through them. So
when my ex-wife moved out and I didn't know how to cook, I burned through a bunch of them boys.
George Foreman and the quesadilla maker, man. That's all you need in life.
That's all you really need. But now I want more, man. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of, I be on Instagram, I be seeing like that shit. Like, man, I can do, I want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nobody cooking for me. So I need to figure it out, because shit be looking good. I know it smell good through the picture. It smell good through the video. And I'm like, I'm not even there. And I'm like, man, I need that. So yeah, but that's really, you know what I'm saying, in the news, I read and watch the news a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially recently, you know, just trying to, you know, I'm on some wake up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to wake up, but I read and watch the news religiously. You know what I'm saying? I want to be up on what's going on.
Yeah.
Period. Locally, mainly, you know what I'm saying, with the local situations we got here, but, you know, nationally and globally, like, I just want to be aware.
Man, we gonna get into it shortly, but like, you sent me some stuff that I'm semi-aware of, but I didn't realize how how long-reaching or far-reaching it was.
I wasn't aware at all.
So let's just talk about the journey for the grocery store, right? Every time, because people know what type of vibe I be on, the type of vibe we be on. Like, so I get tagged in something, either that initial tweet or some article about you or something, once or twice a month. I'm like, hey, have you checked my man out? Or somebody be telling me, like, I know, hey, check this man. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my, like, I know him. That's my man and shit. So I know it's probably been a tough process. People probably reach out to you from all different facets of life, and maybe everybody don't necessarily have the greatest intention.
Yeah. I mean, especially like right now, you know, with the crowdfund coming up, you know, every iteration of being in the place we at now has always been, you know, everybody is offering some help of some sort, I got a janitor service, or, I do this, I do that. They get overwhelming off top, but then, being in the space where you kind of, I know what I'm doing, I know what I want, but then I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what I want. So you kind of in like a halfway vulnerable space, or you just all the way vulnerable. Somebody hits you with something, I can get you the money, or I can get the building, or I can get this or get that, and then you run into a hornet's nest. You know what I'm saying? And it happens, and it's not just with my particular project. It's anybody. You know what I'm saying? When you chasing your dream or your passion, you open up regardless, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to just run into the bullshitters, or you're going to run into the people that's very dangerous, and, you don't know until you get into it. That's the risk of entrepreneurship. It's not really jumping out there doing it per se. It's jumping out there and dealing with that shit. Like the drug game and all that shit is easy. Because you already know.
You know how people cut.
You know where people cut. You know what it is. But when it comes
to paper gangster, it's a little bit different.
Oh no, it's over with.
In the streets, I know I'm about to get tried or tested, or somebody's gonna try to get over me. If I'm doing something for the betterment of my community, like I don't expect somebody to take advantage of me if they came to me in that club.
Everybody got their hand out. Everybody got a motive.
Yeah, everybody has a motive, and you got to understand that. And, I know originally I went with my heart like, why you trying to get down on me? I'm trying to help the community, but don't nobody care about that. They do not care about that. They got something they want to sell. We all trying to get off. In some way, shape, or form, we all trying to get off. Even if I'm going to step on the good guy to get off, that's what I'm going to do. Because we all live in a microwave world, and it's more spotlight. Most of the people that try to get down or get off is not getting more money than you. They just getting more likes.
More attention.
They getting more attention. They getting more of the shock value. That's what people want to invest in. They're not really investing in getting to the money. And I'm from a different cloth where I want money. I want the money. I want the success that comes with running a business or coming up with an initiative that is widespread and impactful. But most everybody in our generation, or the generation under us, they just want the likes, they want the views, you know what I'm saying? And some of that stuff you can monetize, but people just like to feel good.
No, I don't want to feel good. I want my bank account to look good.
Exactly. And you can do both. You know what I'm saying? It could be done, but most of them type of folks, they haven't cracked that matrix yet. They just I want the likes and shit.
I saw the meme out there like, I can give you 10,000 followers or $10,000, which one you want? And like, it'd be really arguments in there like, no, give me the followers. Cause like with my, fam, 10,000
followers
I bet
$0.
I 100% you can't get all of your followers to give you $1 tomorrow. It's not happening. You know what I mean? But it really be a conversation. I want that blue check. I want the likes. I want the attention. I know about a year or so ago, I won't say the company name, but they had a very similar idea than you had with the grocery store. And sort of like took your whole business plan and people that you had trust for, and ultimately ended up doing something other than what they said.
Right. That's one of the lessons that I think the black community could learn from. Because it's like, I know my dude Dame. Well, whatever. Dame Dash. He has a thing with culture vulture, and that always equals white or not black. And it's like some of the main culture vultures.
They your own people.
They your own people. You know what I'm saying? They your own people, and you really gotta watch out for that. And it puts you just in a real bad space of like, do I give up? Do I, just say fuck my people and do me, or do I still push and just try to find another way of getting around it? But it puts you in a real. I wasn't in the right mind state after that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's one thing to get tested again in the street. You kind of know where it's coming from, and you know where your response has to be for it not to happen again. But when you in a community development space, when you a father or you a upstanding citizen now, and people look up to you in a certain degree, but how do I react to it? I want to bust this nigga head, but I want to not. I want to take him to court, but I don't want to. I want to kill that idea, but if I kill it, I'm killing opportunity for the community down where they at. So that wasn't a good feeling at all. Like I had a million emotions going around that time, you know what I'm saying? And still do, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, it's still that shit be making me hot. But then I know, like, just kind of being on the inside of knowing what it takes, that, you know, they stole an idea, but they didn't steal the mind.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, can y'all really pull it off?
Yeah.
And people will tag me and stuff. I just be looking at them like, damn.
We can cook it the same way, but it ain't gonna have this sauce.
From that company, people that send me that or tag me in it, like, dang, y'all really have no idea. And I'm not about to have a conversation, but I'm like, all right, appreciate it, thanks, or do my like. But like, you literally have no idea what really be going on behind the scenes from this seemingly, oh man, they doing a really good job in the community, and they get all the applause and all this praise. Like, fam, you just did somebody dirty.
Yeah, like super dirty. We sat and had a whole sit down with that whole group with some big time people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just months prior to that. You know what I'm saying? I went all the way to their state and their city specifically for that reason. You know what I'm saying? And sat down with some nice high profile people in our community. You know what I'm saying? Jay Morrison was there. Boyce Watkins was there. Like, I'm sitting down with these people about this idea in my city, and then it just got U-turn, you know what I'm saying, to do it and they things. But that's them the mistakes you make and them the mistakes you learn from. You know what I'm saying? And I can't fault nobody really but myself. But from a legal standpoint, still got a shot to get some damages if I wanted to pursue it. And I'm just like, man, I'm past it really at this point. You know, if they do it, they helping the whole community down there.
Yeah.
They need it. We all need it in the United States. We all need it in our community. So it is what it is. Ain't even tripping on it. Like they got one, but they didn't win the fight.
Like you said, they couldn't take the mind. They took the idea. They can't take the mind because I can come up with another idea. You can't.
Yeah.
So what kind of challenges have you found just actually securing the location?
So you got we wrestling people. Jim Cornette, he got a perfect analogy for like a business like this. He talked about when he wrestled with the Von Erichs in Texas. He said at one point we had a match that needed a stadium, meaning that we had the hottest match in the whole wrestling industry. And then by the next year, we had a stadium that needed a match, meaning that we had the stadium, but we just ain't had nothing going on. That's grocery in a nutshell. You either got an area that ain't shit, where the city or the investors deem is not shit, with a perfect building and everything, can't do nothing with it. That's what happened on Linwood. You know, which still ain't a dead project, it's just the area is not the sexy area right now for the city. You know what I'm saying? So we lost all of our financial commitments over there. So we fighting to try to get it back because it's like, you know, that's depleted area. So that's a stadium that need a match. But then you got where I'm at now, where you got a match and you need a stadium for, you know, like everything, all the checks is there. That's what you kind of run into with challenges, because an area that got the match that need a stadium, it's a bunch of competition over there. You have a lot of developers, a lot of outsiders that they want the same thing you want, and they can do it much easier. So it just make your job much more difficult. So,
I mean, that's an area you don't see a lot of people that look like us in. So, I mean, I'm sure there's some type
it's getting more and more gentrified by the day, definitely. So you got to be mindful of that, and knowing that the population residentially is changing, commercially it definitely is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chaldeans own most of the land in the hood, most of the metro land, but that's changing now in them areas. You know what I'm saying? More and more of those big time developers, white folks, they moving over there. They moving in areas like East Warren. They moving in those areas, and you know what time it is when it's happening. And that's where it's getting more difficult. It'll make your job way more harder when you see all of that. So that's pretty much in a nutshell, having the money, having the research. You know what I'm saying? Market studies ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? To get because opening up a grocery store, you have to have a market study. You have to know what dollars per square foot is, unmet demand, stuff I had to learn along the way, but and none of that stuff is cheap. Them hit you 10, 15, 20 a pop, depending on where you get them from. So, but you got to do that every time. No matter what neighborhood you go, you got to have another market study done. And
That was gonna be my next question. Like, what did you clearly? You've never opened a grocery store before, so I'm pretty sure you thought, I'm gonna find out some new stuff. What was something that you didn't find out? Like, there's no way I would have thought I needed to do this.
working in the actual store itself, like operations, I thought, I could just hire somebody to do it. But, if the money is going in your hands, they trust you to do it. They want you to be the person in the store. Because I always had this belief, like, I don't have to operate the store. I want to be an executive. Yeah, I want to replicate the model and, build other stores. But if you go to a bank, they looking at you like, nah, nigga, we giving you the money. So your experience got to be up to par. So I had to start working in stores. I was volunteering. I was driving to Chicago and Ohio, and just can I get a weekend working in the store for free, for nothing? Even in the city, like, I'm not getting paid to volunteer to be an operator, but I had to do what I had to do. But that was one thing that I just didn't think I needed. I didn't think I needed that shit. I'm like, I don't need to work.
Were they open just different places open to letting you come in there, or was there any pushback for trying to?
No, it was cool.
Free labor.
It's free labor. It's free labor.
Surprised, like, no.
Yeah, I mean,
the place out, like, no.
Yeah, good point. I mean, in the local area, yeah, of course, they got a nepotism system, so it's kind of like, which is a problem. That's why this type of project matters, where it's like, there's nobody like us in an management position. That makes it more difficult to learn the craft, because if you go to the Chaldean store, they ain't letting you in there. That's for their son, that's their niece, nephew, cousin, or whatever. That's their job. I'm not about to train you to, that's the job that's supposed to go to them.
Like, that's in real life, that is my generational wealth. Like, I got to pass this to my nephew who's going to take care of his whole family. I know the whole term generational wealth, it's like, it's a cliche now. People just be talking about $10,000. That's much, like, fam, that's not taking care of you.
That's nice. That's nice. But if you have a funeral, that 10 G's is gone.
Yeah, but like in real life, if I got something I can actually pass down to the next generation that you can work and make a living off of, that is actual.
It's a system. It's not just, you need insurance, you need an inheritance, but that inheritance needs to be much more than a dollar amount, whatever. It got to be a system, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm passing on a whole business that is running, it's going to pay you if you treat it right. You treat it right, it's going to treat you right. Insurance policy ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? A trust fund, maybe, depending on what's the vehicles in that, but a whole system, an economy, that's what they really passing, an economy. They got the whole industry monopolized, you feel me? So that's what they
money is just circulating in their community.
It's just circulating. And it's gonna stay circulating until we change it. You know what I'm saying?
I actually I shot an interview with the owner of a beauty supply store. Real cool dude, real nice guy. And he was explaining, asking him, like, how did you get into this? He's like, well, my father had it already. And he was one of the original ones that come over and actually set it up. But it's like, I was doing something else, but my father had this, so I came, stopped what I was doing to do this. So, like, I see, like, what you're doing and trying to be able to open up something for us so we can have the opportunity to have a child, your son, nephew, niece, to come into and move into that spot. But with all that, I mean, that's a great responsibility, I'm assuming, that you even put on yourself.
My mental health is trashed. Well, it's getting better, but I knew what I was getting into as far as, like, taking on this great role of responsibility. I feel like I got comfortable with just being, I could take care of myself, take care of my immediate group of people, whatever. But then I started really looking at, I don't want to get my head bust for me living a good life in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ride down the street in a nice car, and I don't want to feel sorry for, pursuing the right, the right dream or whatever the case may be when everybody else is struggling around. There's a lot of people like me who they got their head on straight. Yeah. They just don't have opportunity. So if I can change that just a little bit, that's cool. But it definitely it comes with a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice for myself and my family and all that stuff. And just it's risky. It's just a natural risk. So the responsibility is immense, it's large, and but hey, if somebody got to do it, you know what I'm saying? And that's where you start having your mental health challenges and all that shit. But
I can imagine, man. We had a conversation a few months back about a deal that was presented, and like how you think people gonna look, a deal that's really good for you, for the cause, but then you literally have to worry about how people gonna perceive this. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate because this should work, you know what I mean? But to have that conversation with yourself or with others, like how you think folks gonna receive that, like that's something like, man, that's a lot of pressure for somebody to have to go to. So somebody so young.
And you second guess so much because with that particular deal, that was probably when I sent that to you, that was probably about 15 grand later. So I'm in it now. It's like, now I'm gonna second guess it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't second guess it not one time until I'm like, all right, now it's time to really present this. I want to go public with this. So I started reaching out to people who I trust their opinion, honestly. But that was the reason why, because I started second guessing that shit. Like the aesthetics just don't look like it's gonna make sense for where our people are. Yeah, it's like this shit. As much as good as I know it is.
That made me look at that made me look at things differently, right? Because this just made me change my mind on something. So let's do, for an example, a Jay-Z deal, right? Like on the surface, like we've talked about on the show, like, dog, I don't like how that look. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But me knowing somebody who going through something and I know what the deal looked like, dog, this shit really is good. When you got to worry about what the other people are going to think versus...
But you can't make no business moves depending on what other people think. You got to do and move what's best for your business.
You got to. But, we have in today's world the court of public opinion that has really been destroying a lot of shit. So it's kind of like I want to have the audacity like a Jay-Z, like to do the NFL deal. I mean, I want to just hope in that instance that he doing the right thing for the culture like he say he is. Yeah. And your means got to always justify your ends. And I'm a believer of that. Like you could have did a million good things, but the moment you start doing one bad thing, it can kind of trump that million good things that you did. So, is he doing this for the right reason? I want to hope he is because I'm a fan. But the court of public opinion could make it bad even when it ain't. And that's where it gets very, you have to really, your strategy and strategic thinking have to change. And it's sad, but that's how it is.
You got to look at the big picture from such a different angle.
And it's hard.
Everybody else is looking at it.
And it sucked. It sucked because it should make sense. I should be able to bring this to my people and they supposed to understand. But you just know how. Niggas nig, and once they start nigging, it's different.
Especially when your power is with the people. When you do some grassroots stuff, and we get the community involved. Like, damn, now their opinion really do kind of. It don't matter, but it matter because the reason I'm able to do certain things is because I got the people.
Yeah. And they turn against you, or turn against what you believe in, or what you're trying to do. There's only one thing more powerful than the power of niggatry, and that's Jesus Christ. It's the only thing more powerful than niggatry.
You ain't lying, bro.
It is what it is. That's about to be your new mantra. That's like
it is.
It worked for Kanye.
And the power of Beyonce come third.
Yeah, that's big.
Beehive, you know what I'm saying?
I seen that picture she dropped.
Yeah, it's photoshopped as fuck, though.
I love it. I like it. The
power of Beyonce can make Adidas heels look cool.
So can.
Like, remember when Jordan heels was it was never a thing, but it was
them bootleg ass shoes.
It was like you can't do that, but now or maybe that's the power of Kanye.
Like a denim bodysuit and them Jordan boots. We're not going nowhere.
Kanye definitely gave Adidas was always popping as far as hip hop, and then it fell off. Run DMC started Adidas.
You know, I'm off that Kanye wagon. You see him fall off that horse in church?
I don't know that was Kanye.
Let's say it is.
I don't know.
And he's supposed to be going on tour with like Joel, like they gonna do like some worldwide church shit. I just don't want no parts of it. Because I'm gonna have to answer to Jesus for a whole laundry list of shit, and I don't want Kanye to be nowhere on my list.
I get it, man.
The Church of Kanye? That's where you gave tithes and offering to?
Hey, man.
Man, I'm higher than a motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Hey, man. I don't know, man. I can't. I'm not. You know, we talked about it on the show. I'm not sold on that whole thing, but I can't judge that man's heart. What if he really is? How do I tell him he not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally, how do I tell him he not?
I just want to believe my Jesus gonna give me something a little different. That's just what I choose to believe.
The only grain of sympathy I can give is like a Kanye West is that dark place. Like if you've been there, you getting out of it is gonna be some shit.
So look, like I lost my mom. You know, both my parents are dead.
Yeah.
But like losing your mom is something that should change you.
So being in the dark place and trying to dig out, you are not gonna be coherent, and you gonna say it's like the TMZ interview. Like it was at some point he could have said something and left it there. But he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Was he not right? So he fucked up a message that could have probably made sense, because the fact that there's a gray area of what he said just shows that he could have really articulated that in a way that would have really made sense and really would have hit, and we wouldn't be against him so much. But he couldn't. But he was not in the right mental state, and that's the only grain I can give him. Is just for the fact that, you know, he's loud and wrong. That's the big problem, you know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, he don't even think he wrong, so that just trumps what.
But how far detached, removed from reality is that nigga? He not living
too much.
Yeah, he not living like you.
Man, he was.
I don't know how the man living.
Man, nigga's he was $10 million in debt.
Now he's 60 up. He got a $60 million tax return.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I had $10 million in debt. That shit wouldn't sit well in my spirit.
He said last year I left $10 million in debt, and he got a $60 million tax return. He said because he loved. He said he loved Jesus. And apparently he tax free entity now with all the. Listen, man, I'm not.
That shit sound like a scam, dog. I don't care how you shine that shit up.
I mean, Trump is homeboy, man. You know, favors some high places.
You know what I'm saying?
60 million up.
I mean, a couple Russians type a couple things in the keyboard, and now you 60 million up. And now that shit.
Money ain't real, no way.
That shit sound far fetched until you realize that it's not. Mm-hmm. Now you sent me a few articles about some. Like, so look.
Collusion.
I'll put it like this. I got tired of niggas talking about Russia, right? Because I'm like, listen, every fucking thing that go wrong in the world, it can't be the fucking Russians. Like, oh, such a nigga, the Russians did this. I'm like, all right, nigga, they not the only people with computers. I think this is a media thing, and it's not really it can't be like this in real life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then and then you get smacked with some reality from people, from folks that you know and trust, and then you start reading data, you start reading. So could you explain what I'm talking about?
All right, so it's still unbelievable, period. This is not something that will ever sit well with me, something I will ever fully understand and will fully grasp. But I sent you a few screenshots of some emails. Mm-hmm. I sent you some articles, sent you some videos. In short, I launched a GoFundMe campaign in March 2017. The rest of that month went well as far as fundraising, no issues. April, the same, no issues. May 5th to, I want to say like June, middle of June, I started getting chargebacks, meaning that money that was given to the campaign is now having to be refunded. Fraudulent activity, a bunch of fraudulent transactions up to the tune of $11,000. So I'm getting these chargebacks. I don't understand what's going on. At this point, I have a relationship directly with people that GoFundMe. I can call a number and talk to people. They like, something happened. Your shit is compromised, period. Something happened. in this case, we usually shut campaigns down like this because we have never seen this much fraudulent activity at one time. You know, just every day is another chargeback, $500, $1,200. When you get a chargeback, they give you the name of the person, they give you an email address, add whatever information they have, they can give it to you.
Unfortunately, I get chargebacks for the studio sometimes.
That's how shit works. So it's black names and shit. It's, you know, the so-and-so foundation in Connecticut, the something Baptist church in Overtown, Miami, and all this stuff. The chances of you winning that chargeback is slim to none. You email them people, call them people, they ain't answering the phone. So got all these chargebacks. Eventually they stopped. I thought it was swipers.
Yeah.
I'm like, swipers is giving to my shit. Because I remember tweeting about it. I'm like, you know, I appreciate what y'all doing, but y'all fucking my shit up. So please stop, y'all. You know, they trying to cut my campaign. We done came too far. It's already a couple months in, and they trying to end it. So if y'all swiping, please stop. Didn't think about anything, rush anything. So fast forward, rest of the year ends. This is January 2018. I get an email from a reporter at the Wall Street Journal. I sent you that email. So let me kind of put the mindset of where I was at. I didn't even read that fucking email. I read, this is so-and-so from the Wall Street Journal. I instantly got excited. I'm like,
this is it.
I'm about to be in the fucking Wall Street Journal. They trying to do a story on the story. I know people that's been in Forbes. I know people that have been in other publications. I don't know no nigga that have been in the Wall Street Journal. I'm like, I'm about to be in the fucking, a nigga from the East Side is about to be in the Wall Street Journal. Didn't even read the email. So I responded, sent you that. Yeah. My response is not matching the initial email. I'm like, I ain't read the shit. So I send it back like, yeah, I'm doing this. So she responded like, my nigga, I'm not emailing you about what you doing. You feel me? I'm emailing you because these Russian-led Instagram and Facebook accounts been promoting your campaign, your GoFundMe campaign. It's still in register though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my first
shout out to Russia, shit.
No, it was really, no, they ain't. So in the email, she asked, well, can I call you? I'm like, hell yeah, call me. Because in my mind, I'm about to sell her this story. Russia's not fucking with me. I'm not that important. Like, they got other, they fucked the election up. They ain't fucking with me. They want the Trump-Hillary Clinton beef. They don't want little old Detroiter trying to open a grocery store. So I didn't believe it. This not registering. So she calls me the next day from that day. I'll go right back into salesman mode. I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. She stopped me probably about 3-4 minutes into it. She like, this is not her exact words, but it was like, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about your store, your story. Your campaign is a part of a operative scheme with Russians. They are undermining democracy using campaigns and efforts like yours to slap America in the face. Now, this is more so what she was saying, you know, your pain, your people's pain, she's white, you know, the pain of African Americans and the civil rights movement.
That shit on thick.
Thick as fuck. And you know, if y'all see this lady, like, cause she does the content for Wall Street Journal, she look nice as fuck. But that wasn't what I was getting on the phone. She just like, I don't give a fuck about what this shit is. Do you know about this? Because this shit is serious and it's dangerous. That's when it hit me instantly. When she started laying it into me, I'm like...
She put that white voice on.
So my first question was, I ain't gonna go to jail or nothing, Emma. Because I didn't do nothing. I'm promoting a community effort. Like, I don't know nothing about no Russia anything. She like, I don't know, depends on what you did. I'm like, I didn't do shit. I'm fucking promoting a campaign. I don't know nothing about no Russia.
Lady from Wall Street Journal, like, get the fuck off my
She going crazy. She going crazy. But I can't hang up. I'm scared. But I want to hang up because I'm like, this is bullshit. But now she taking me to school. So she like, Russian infiltration into African American causes have been going on for as long as we can remember. this shit ain't new.
And then you sent me who knew? I didn't know about that shit.
Sound like something out like a James Bond movie or some shit.
This shit is unbelievable. So she's like, you need to do some research. Russians infiltrated Facebook, they've infiltrated Twitter, they infiltrated Instagram, and they're using black causes and black pride and black power to do it. You are important. So she kind of ended it kind of pumping me up like, you saying you ain't really that important, you are.
You was on their radar.
You was on their radar, and what you're doing is great, but you need to find a way to put a cap on this so that this type of shit don't happen. But you definitely was compromised. So instantly, I'm going back to GoFundMe. I'm like, damn, I had $11,000 of chargebacks. It gotta be some smoke to this. There's gotta be some type of correlation. Eventually, it came back that once you kind of unravel where these transactions came from, the real names on these accounts is Slabalabalowski and all this other shit. It's like Russians. They put 11 grand in my account. You know what I'm saying? Donated 11 grand to my cause. Started plastering it on their Instagram and Facebook accounts. And it just got caught. Fucked my shit up. But it just shows our causes and black people are powerful. And we have to understand they're powerful so shit like that don't happen. Because we don't want to be the token, sympathy cases for people. Because these other countries are really trying to slap America in the face in any way possible. Because we are the greatest nation on the planet, but we are fucking flawed. When black people still don't have shit and you have so much segregation and so much unrest in a country like this that's supposed to be free and opportune for everybody, they're using us to do shit like that, which is the tune of her conversation. But once I started researching some of the shit I was sending you, it's even more crazy.
Blew my mind. It literally blew my mind. And I'm like, one, why would I ever research Russians and black people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would make me fall upon this?
Sound like some porn category. Russians and black people.
It do.
But how would I know about this? And it's been going on for years, right? So
as early as the 20s.
So it's like,
as early as the 20s.
I don't know what white people talk about, apparently. We always be like, they was mad at Oprah for all this shit. Like, why don't you talk about the white people never do this? Maybe they do, because clearly they talk about Russia, and I never read none of that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's this never in my wildest dreams that I think this was going on.
Yeah, they literally, and with social media, see, back in the day, it was easier because the causes were concentrated. You knew where they were. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have all this other stuff where stuff was just so widespread. So they could just they went right to people and, come to Russia. Like they said people from the Harlem Renaissance went over to
Facts.
Russia.
That is true.
Langston Hughes and all of them went over to Russia.
That part I did know.
But I remember I went to King, and one of my ninth grade English teacher, Miss Jones, she had us read Black Boy and Native Son by Richard Wright.
Absolutely.
And
required reading in ninth grade.
It was a required read. A part of his story was he was, for the most part, excommunicated from the United States for being a communist. Mm-hmm. They was fucking with him too. And that was in the 40s. One article I sent said that at least one time that at some point Russians have communicated with every black civil rights leader at least once. So that's Martin Luther King. That's the Nation of Islam. Says Elijah Muhammad, could have been Malcolm. It could have been Farrakhan, could have been any of these people. You got all these other movements in the South and in the North and the Black Panthers, and at least once they talked to somebody from the Soviet Union that said,
man, since you sent me that shit, I done got so many random ass Facebook requests, Instagram requests, random, who are these followers? And they literally just popped up out of nowhere. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's like this is, and now is, again, this social media world is easier now. Like back then, it was a case. I got to win them over. Now you don't got to, because everything is so microwaved, and we're so easily impressionable for any little thing. Like, they literally sway people from voting, just putting out a video to say, don't vote, don't matter. You know, they sound biting people saying little shit, and we kind of fucked up by saying it, but it's being sound bit like, you know, this prominent black leader said vote don't matter. You know, Diddy said don't vote for Obama, or nobody come after, don't vote for them. And it's getting plastered by Russians to just sway the election. And we just ate it up. We ate that shit up.
I watched the Cambridge data analytical scandal on Netflix. I forget what it's called, but it basically was like Michigan specifically got hacked. So if they knew that you were undecided as far as who you was gonna vote for, all the ads you saw on Facebook for political gain, well, for politics, was bad towards Hillary Clinton. So, what's she gonna do when she answers the phone? All the bad shit around Hillary Clinton. So you may think that you was just online. You got a reason to be like, damn, you know what? I don't really trust her because I remember seeing such and such and such and such. You didn't come to
They
that.
more or less conditioned you.
They literally. So every single time, like here specifically in Michigan, because this was one of the states that he won. You know, didn't Trump win Michigan? Yeah. And we are typically
that Republican is typically a blue state. This is typically a blue state.
I was like, damn, Michigan. And then what's so funny is like everybody who got hacked when Facebook got hacked, you didn't have to download something. It hacked you, and it had access to everybody that was on your friends list. So just somebody that you knew, they had access to everybody on their friends list. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything that you think you seeing randomly, it ain't random. Somebody literally put that ad in front of you to voice your opinion or to sway your opinion to make it seem like you thought about yourself, like on some Inception shit. I dropped an idea inside your brain.
Mm-hmm. And as an individual, one, with me being in a cause, I'm fighting for a cause at this point. Now my mental is just all fucked up because I'm like, okay, was this shit really real? Because that was at that point I had raised with like 30 grand, or close to half of it was fake. Close to half of it, you know, at that point. So is this shit really real? Like, is people fucking with me the way I think, or am I a part of just a fucking hoax? Like, you know, is this shit really real? Okay, I get past that. This shit real. I'm getting the energy from the people. You know, people are really fucking with this. But now I'm still worried about going to jail for something that I ain't really I had no idea about, but...
Were there ever any charges or anything that came down?
No, nothing came of it. You know what I'm saying? This was all just, like I said, it's infiltration just to slap America in the face. It's not, nobody ever called me from Russia and tapped into me. And I didn't even know. I'll just look up one day and I was so used to the donations coming in like that, I wasn't really checking the names or none of this shit. But once I started looking back, I'm looking at $500, $1,500. Who the fuck got this type of money to be given to a cause like this? But it's, I know how it could look. Like, yeah, you had to have something to do with it, because that's how she was hitting me on the phone. Like, you had to know something. I'm like, I don't know shit. I didn't know anything. Like, you can look at the names on the chargebacks. Like, this is a black name. This ain't no Russian name. How the fuck would I know that? Nobody called me. Nobody talked to me. But I can see how it could look like I did. So now I'm worried about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's day to day of me like.
Because you don't want anything to be associated with, like I'm a shady businessman.
Right. So day to day, I'm thinking about any day this shit, you know what I'm saying, gonna come out. I was real worried about whatever article homegirl was gonna write, if she was gonna even have me in it. Thank God I wasn't included.
Man, that's some anxiety, right?
So I'm worried about that shit. Anxiety, dude. How you
want to be in the Wall Street Journal for the first time?
I've never experienced anxiety until this time, you know what I'm saying, where it was like I'm just not present, you know what I'm saying, and I'm still honoring like obligations. I said I was gonna go to this event, go here. I'm just not present. I'm in these spaces, I'm in these parties, I'm in these events, and I'm just not there. I'm just kind of head just spinning like a motherfucker. People asking me questions and shouting me out, bigging me up, and I'm like, man, half of this fucking campaign was fake, because all that shit gone. So the shit ain't really real. I'm my confidence shot. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? But Now I'm still worried about, am I gonna go to fucking jail? So every day I'm just waiting to get a knock on the door, because I'm used to the movies, like, you get an indictment and they come. Every day I'm just expecting to go to jail. Couple months go by, I get a little better about it. I start feeling better about it, and eventually that fear left. But then to flip that coin, you got Martin Luther King, you got Malcolm X, you got, even most recently, Umar Johnson, you got Marcus Garvey, you got all these people who have been either physically assassinated or character assassinated for the cause. Mm-hmm. And I always, when I first started this, used to always make me mad. And I talk to older folks and let them know what I was trying to do. And they always say, they ain't gonna let you do that. And I'm always like, who the fuck is they? Yeah. Like, who is they? Y'all on some bullshit. Y'all just don't believe in, y'all old. Y'all got that old way of thinking. They ain't gonna fuck with this. And then that they fuck with it. You feel me? Now I get it. Now I see the day. But I'm like, I don't want to die for this shit. And I'm thinking about, and I'm not comparing myself like an MLK or nothing like that, but I'm literally, they were murdered for this type of shit. Trying to do something good and got put in something that was way in too deep. You know what I'm saying? They got murdered for this shit. Marcus Garvey, he didn't get assassinated, but his character, because he started trying to do some shit.
Umar Johnson, they assassinated his character.
Umar Johnson. And then, then have with Nipsey. It's the same thing. Like, somebody trying to do something good and you get murdered for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now I'm looking at the gravity of it, like, all right, I'm way more noticeable than I thought I was. Am I finna get hit over the head over this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, people. Am
I gonna get turned into a meme?
Am I finna turn it? If I'm about to be a memory that live on forever? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be known forever, but I don't want to be assassinated.
I don't want to be infamous.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now that is killing me and that killed me for a long time. It's like, it'll kill your motivation to keep going. Because I'm like, all right, I don't think I'm going to jail no more, but now I'm worried about the streets. Like, are they going to try to tap me? Is the government going to try to get me together? You know what I'm saying? Like, you start thinking about I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't really have an answer. It's just, for some reason, you keep going. And as you keep going, it's just, you just get better about it. And, as I got more comfortable to talk about it, the fear just started, leaving a little bit. Then it left a little more. And it left a little more. And then eventually it's just like, it's a story that need to be told. And I will feel much better when I tell it. And once I tell it, I know that it will really help the community, to help us. But it was therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just having the conversations about it.
Sound like a new book.
Shit. Man, I want this to be visual. You know what I'm saying? I really want, this story need to be told, and it really need to be shown more than written. Mm-hmm. But it woke me the fuck up. Period. I got woke up, and that's really what my mission is now. Like, I'm still doing all the other shit, but 2020 is we gotta wake up. Like, it's so much happening, and it's not that we just don't know shit, is we don't put in a certain effort to know shit. We know what we want to know. Yeah. And shit like this is shit we should want to know. We should want to know, are we puppets? We should want to know, like, who been fucking with us for the longest time. And can they still fuck with us? What can we do to protect them? We got kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, we pump into our kids how to be cool and how to look cool and all that other shit. We really need to protect them, because shit like this is dangerous.
Show them how to research.
I forget who said it, but somebody was like, we live in a time now that, like, anything you want to learn, you can go on a video, you can go online and you can learn that shit, and you can, like, really apply it to your real life.
You know what would be so interesting? Every time somebody say, I went online, I researched something, and they be like, yeah, I found it on Wikipedia. The first thing somebody gonna tell you, Wikipedia not a trusted source. However, you would look at some shade room shit and be like, this happened. Mm-hmm. I saw some shit. I seen a nigga post on Facebook. I saw this on a meme. It must be real. It's like, so we need to protect them, but let them know how to vet sources. Like, all right, this said this on this day. Well, let me find somewhere else to kind of.
We tossed that article back and forth about that assault.
Man, I really wanted that to be true. I searched for a good 3 hours, like somebody else got to post this, and nothing.
Yeah.
Which I never mentioned. I never tweeted it. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm trying to get better with because
Even he
sometimes
came
you
out and
see
said it was
something and
fake.
you wanna,
Take off with it.
even if you retweet something just to say, "Hey, this is fake," you just spread it though,
Yeah,
because someone's gonna click on it and not you just spread it.
it's out there.
So I've been trying to be mindful about what I post, what I retweet, what I like, because even what you like is showing up in somebody's timeline. So,
We live, it's an algorithm world now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing, I'm guilty of it, like, on the gram. Like, I might post a picture and that bitch don't hit right, I'm gonna erase that motherfucker. But is it really erased? It's really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got saved.
never dies.
It never dies. So
like,
if somebody done
screenshot this.
screenshot it, saved it, whatever. So, we have to be mindful of what we're digesting. But we want to digest certain shit, and I'm not the one to tell you, don't we? Because we've been built off of being fresh, fly. We've built off our swag and our adversity and all that shit. Don't not stop doing that. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what the next fashion trends is. I mean, we building businesses off that shit. But you need to understand what's going on in the political world. And we need to understand what's going on with the food we eating and what's being taught in the schools. And, we have to know that shit too. And we see more and more people don't understand none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you wake up, you dead and you 40. You rich as hell. But you 40 and you dead, heart attack or, whatever, because you didn't pay attention or research what you were eating. Your kids are developing that normally because you didn't pay attention to that shit. They not being taught certain things, and we gotta wake up. And that's really what I'm on. Like, I don't want to be a hotep type nigga. You know what I'm saying? That, I don't.
Because what's so funny is because now that has a stigma to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waking up means.
I mean, you say it like you look almost like we look down on it now.
Because
like, I don't want to be one of them.
Because we do.
The hotep they took that word and now it's a negative connotation. Like, I don't want to be associated with it. Like, it didn't used to be a bad word.
And you can wake up and still be you. You don't have to be the negative, you know what I'm saying? Like, you done blew the party talking about this, the Sharif at Men's Society, like, you done blew the party, we trying to party, you talking about some other shit.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, Sharif.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, but no, we can wake up and we can be cool and still, you can still do you, but you need to be aware and you need to be understanding what the fuck is going on around you. And I get it, when you live in the inner city, you have so much more to worry about, like
different type of social anxieties.
You got a whole different type of stress. You worrying about, how you gonna feed your kids. You worrying about, you got shut off notices and shit, and you live in below, minimum wage at times. You're not making enough. You got a lot of shit to worry about. You ain't living in a dangerous neighborhood. So I get it in that sense, but I also see what we invest our time in. And we invest our time in a lot of bullshit.
I tell you, I feel like shit every Sunday when my iPhone tell me
how much screen time
is this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, nigga, how the fuck did I find 11 hours to have my phone open?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck did I find time to be on my phone for 11 hours? That screen on. Forget just when it's off and I'm listening to music. How did I find 11 hours average to be
That's crazy.
Screen open?
And when you ask yourself that, like, if you wake up, had that woke moment, it's like 11 hours of what? And when you start reflecting on that what, it's like, man, I was looking at some bullshit.
And then you look
I
at
was paying attention to some bullshit.
You go to your power saving mode. It'll tell you what app drained the most power. Like, damn, nigga, I was on YouTube for a long time. Well, I do watch YouTube a lot. But I was on Instagram. I was on this. I'm like, all right, I'm about to start setting the parental controls for my damn self.
Yeah. And I feel, that was a wake up moment for me too. But I did feel good in looking at some of my consumption because, like, if I was on YouTube for 5 hours, I only watch or listen to motivational or educational shit on there. Baby Shark and all that shit for the baby. So, all right, I can split the baby on there, but podcasts, I only listen to shit like this and, educational, motivational, edutainment type shit. I don't listen to no bullshit podcast wise. Music, I only listen to music that's inspiring and gonna kind of get me going. I mean, I listen to some bullshit to make me laugh and shit, but that's not a lot. But when I see like my Instagram intake, I know what I'm looking at. Bullshit, women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at bullshit. I'm not really looking at nothing that's fruitful. Twitter different because I read a lot of my articles and stuff from Twitter. Don't really fuck with Facebook at all. But I'm seeing like I'm investing into the algorithm for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see my podcast, like, I know who I listen to, and I know that was a click that went there. I'm happy with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with being on YouTube and was listening to some, a TED Talks or some shit like that was, adding to me as in my substance, not just some bullshit, So that you got your gives and takes with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I know a lot of people who it was 15 hours and all of it was just the same,
like
the same bullshit. It's nothing. They not learning nothing. They not watching nothing educational, anything. Like, technology is useful when you can use it right. We ain't using that shit right. We digesting trash and bullshit all day. And again, you ain't got to be the Sharif to know that. Just, change that shit. You know what I'm saying? And especially with dudes, like, it ain't nothing sexier to a woman than a woke, smart nigga that a woman can learn from. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you can get anything done and really take her to another level. Just be smart. You can't be smart just strolling all fucking day. Money ain't gonna get it no more. Eventually you gonna have to talk. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you gonna have to show her something. And if you can't show her nothing but, how much money you got, you're going to lose. But if you a person of some substance and you read a little bit and
read this out loud.
That, read that shit out loud. Because one of my
finger to the page and shit.
Man.
One of my biggest, when I look at my weekly intake, Kindle is one of my biggest intakes of shit I done read. Because I read every night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wake up reading, but I don't go to sleep without reading something. You know what I'm saying? So, like, little shit like that, like, you just got to invest your time into stuff that is educational and shit that's just going to keep you aware and updated because it help you move different.
You got to watch what you digest. When it comes to food, what you take in terms of your entertainment, what you're reading, because it encompasses the whole piece of it.
It changed your whole brain pattern. I've been looking at, studying, what you watch with these screens, the lights and the lumens in it and the electrical components of your phone. Like, it changes your brain configuration. So if all you watch is porn all fucking day, you fucking your brain up. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just on some sex shit, but just on some shit on your phone with sex shit.
That's that
you fucking your brain. You fucking your brain
your phone up. At night, it fuck with you.
It's fucking your brain.
You supposed to sleep in total black. Everything got a light on it now.
I learned that from you. I learned that from you on the episode. I'm like, now I'm getting better with just being in darkness. I black screen the TV. So I put on like some rain sound shit on YouTube for about 8 hours.
And I got that from Dick Gregory when he was explaining, like, man, he was like, your third eye, your melanin deposit recharges every night, but it won't start unless it's complete blackness. Mm-hmm. But everything got a fucking light on it now.
Yeah, everything.
See, any sleep that you get after midnight don't count. You know what I'm saying? Like, your body need to recharge, and depending on what you eat. I mean, technically we should be eating one time a day. You know what I'm saying? Because your stomach only gonna digest so many times. Your food not finished digesting. You eat something else, and now your body is starting to digest the process over again, so you're not getting those nutrients and whatever. But like, I really be thinking about some of that shit. Like, damn. I be eating at 11 o'clock. I'll go to our cafe at work and go get something to eat. It's clockwork. I'm not even hungry. It's 11 o'clock. I'm about to go get something to eat.
Yeah, it's habit.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, oh, damn, eat. Like, I need to stop. Right. But when you be busy, you look up all day like, damn, I forgot to eat today. Like, you clearly wasn't hungry. You clearly don't need that shit every single day, but.
It's routine. And that's, one of the things of being asleep is you pick up bad habits and patterns. But when you discipline woke, you have a different type of routine and it's more straightforward. You can't be broken. Like, I took pride in not, doing drugs ever. So it's like, I don't give a fuck the environment. You can't convince me to smoke a blunt, or you can't convince me to take a pill or none of that, because I'm just wired with a discipline level to not do it. Different shit is different. Women might be a little different. I get around a woman, it might not be the same result. You say the right thing or whatever. We might, you know what I'm saying? But you get better at when you get disciplined, and when you wake up, you don't move like that. And I'm thinking about it just from the root, just essential basic level. you don't want to make the wrong move, especially when we in this influencer era and we all are picking up some type of level of influence. Like everybody looking up to somebody for something. You don't want to make the wrong mistake. You don't want to make the wrong move and end up, just fucked up. Don't nobody respect you no more because you did.
You say end up being a meme.
You end up being the meme. You end up being you clowning.
I would hate for niggas to
The crying Jay Johnson face?
No, that's not gonna happen. But they be putting the little dashiki drink on everybody and shit. Like, don't hit me with the.
Don't hit me with that, but we still need to wake up though. That shit was actually funny though. I'm like, I wanted to, because I got a bunch of them hats and shit. I'm like, I might throw one on and fuck them up. I was trying to do it, make the hood great again, like a little African print joint. It don't look right. I did some samples.
I wouldn't want to dashiki. I got a couple shit.
I got a few. I got
Tariq, who was selling them bitches. Tommy, you know what I'm saying? Who barbershop right down the street on Linwood and shit. He, be selling them motherfuckers and shit.
Yeah, I got plenty of print. I make that shit cool, I think. You know what I'm saying? I got the coats and shit. And,
make the letters. The Kente letters or something?
I don't know, man. The samples just didn't turn out right. I did it, and I'm like, nah, I wouldn't.
If it ain't crispy.
Yeah.
It ain't crispy.
It gotta be fresh, Yeah,
it ain't crispy, but. Yeah,
so look, man, a lot didn't happen with the neighborhood grocery. After all the Russians and shit, you back on track. So where we standing at right now?
I just secured a purchase agreement the week of my birthday. It wasn't on my birthday, but that was my birthday present to myself. Is an existing liquor store in the hood, big as hell. Way big. I'm sure that this is a grocery store at some point, but it's for sale. A lot of the Chaldeans in the city, they move into the weed market. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these liquor stores and gas stations and a lot of this shit finna be for sale, and this is one of them that was. So I took a leap and said, fuck it, let me throw it all in the hat. Let me secure a purchase agreement, and I'm gonna bring it to the hood and see what we gonna do. So as of now, we got a purchase agreement. We finna start an equity crowdfunding raise, which is not donation based like GoFundMe, but it's a stock. People can buy stock in this company and this concept. They will be partners with me to secure this space, convert this space into a grocery store. We're gonna share the profits. But we gonna build around it. We got I had a whole media vision, because that's gonna be the smoking gun with this grocery shit. Like I need people to look beyond grocery. This is development, so we don't have to stop here. Yeah. We can build something else. We can build a bank. We can do whatever we want.
This is the first project.
This is the first project, and media is gonna be one of those smoking guns, because now we get to tell our story. Like this is why I always loved. This is the most respected podcast for me, because y'all showed me what entrepreneurial broadcasting and journalism was.
Appreciate it.
Y'all really tell it the way that it's supposed to be told. There's no cut on this shit. You go to the news and it's nothing. That's a good feeling to be in the Forbes or some shit like that. But that's broadcast journalism. Yeah. That's broadcasting. So that shit is politically correct all the time, and the message is lost a lot. But with this shit, is real. So I want to be in that space, and I can be in that space when you start with the stomach, you can get people all in one place. So that's church, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's religion in itself. Like, we really finna start our own spiritual journeys and systems through the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, we finna start at the dinner table and tell our stories the way that they need to be told. We need to talk about our pain, but we can talk about our triumphs and that cool shit and all of that. But it start with food, and then it springs off into other shit. So the entrepreneurial opportunities that's gonna come from this I'm just excited about the partnership opportunities that's gonna come. Like I'm creating jobs, but I'm really gonna be creating bosses and shit like that too. And I'm just excited about that whole journey. And I'm at a real zen state. Like, not that I want this to fail, but if let's say it do, I can't stress about it no more. Like, I was really.
You've been through it.
I've been through it, but I wanted to be the Floyd Mayweather of this shit. Like, I didn't want a loss. I didn't want no 0. I wanted my 0 to stay. Yeah. And it's like, if I get a 1, that I still had a good career.
Yeah.
I still had a good, still had a good career, did some good shit, dropped some good projects.
And ain't no shame in one loss on
It
your
ain't
record.
no shame in no one loss, like blemish, whatever. But, and then this won't be a loss, it'll just be I lost this round. We gonna go back to the drawing board, we gonna keep going again. I got a whole other project on the west side still with the Linwood project. It's just not done yet.
Yeah.
But when it's all said and done, I can't drive myself crazy trying to impress the crowd. I'm trying to help the community, and it got to be done right. So if this don't turn out to be that right thing, I'm more okay with that. That's why I went on ahead and took the risk. Like I've been playing it easy, looking for help. Like we could have got a PA for a building or something, but I was looking for somebody to come and help me with it because I'm like, okay, if I drop all of my ducats into this, I ain't gonna have no money to finish it. It's like, but you a hustler, nigga, figure it out. Put your shit in there and figure that shit out. Like, they not gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? Those institutions, you're more valuable as a photo op than them to actually shell out the money. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just common sense.
It's
like,
a risk.
Yeah, why would I, you know what I'm saying? It's common sense. Somebody asks you to borrow some money or something, you can have it and still think about it like, I want to, I can't afford that shit. So that's businesses. That's loans and banks and shit. They look at it the same way. So they not invested in really helping you, and you can't knock them for that. So you got to do it yourself. So
They in the business to make sure they get their money back.
Yeah,
I'm in the business of getting this interest.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the
Period.
loan because I think you can pay it back,
Period.
and I'm gonna get my interest back. Okay, fuck what you about to do with it? Give me my interest.
Period. So, expecting that help or looking for that help and getting that no, it was shooting my confidence down, but it's really just business.
Yeah.
So, if this really real, nigga, take the risk yourself. So that's, really what it boiled down to. And that's where it is. And, again, and this used to kill me too. Like, I didn't take a vacation or just really chilled for like a good 2 years because it's about to be year 3, in March. For 2 years, I ain't do shit. I was here. I'm on Instagram looking at all of these other, and I'm like, I make way more money than this nigga. He in another country, she in another country. They on a boat. I'm here in the city because I'm worried about the moment I take a trip, this nigga spent the GoFundMe money to take a trip.
Now they trying to Umar you.
Now they trying to Umar me like, this nigga spending the money.
Umar raised $200,000. Like, where the school at? What, 200,000?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, do you know how this shit work?
Yeah.
Like, do you know how this work?
Yeah,
like,
it don't. I met him once, and that was probably one of the most refreshing conversations. I wasn't even at his stage of the shit yet, but a mutual acquaintance of mine and his invited me. He was at.
Was he at the shrine?
This wasn't at the shrine. It might have been at the shrine. No, Northwest Activity. It was one of them places. It was on the west side. And he linked us up to have a quick little convo, which that quick convo turned to like a good 10-minute conversation. And he was just really, he like, they gonna try to do that shit they doing to me. But I ain't giving up. So you better not give up because ain't shit wrong over here. Like, it is what it is. They gonna slander you. They gonna do all that other shit. But I was always cautious of that. That's why I just never did nothing. But he kept telling me, like, you gotta live, nigga. Like, shit, you cannot sit in Detroit every day of your fucking life for these next few years trying to do this great shit. You gotta travel, you gotta refresh, you gotta recharge and all that. And I'm like, the moment I leave, niggas gonna be talking that shit.
Niggas gonna have something to say anyway.
Facts, but see, that's the good thing when you got allies, man, and like people who I fuck with or I view as an ally. When shit hit the fan, when shit hit the fan, is you still a fan?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you speaking ill on one of my folks' name, I'm standing by him.
Mm-hmm. And I always felt like I was gonna have people to have my back with that too, but I was always just in my head too much, you know what I'm saying? And I let way too much weigh me down, and I really didn't have that much to worry about, and that's probably why I'm just so
People
much.
don't see the crab in the bucket mentality, but you trying to kick over the bucket. Like,
Right.
It's enough out here for us all to win.
Right.
We can all win. We can all eat.
People refer to the crab in the bucket mentality, but nobody stops to think that crabs don't belong in buckets.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, crabs don't belong in buckets, fam. I wouldn't even been doing this shit if you ain't put me in the bucket.
Yeah.
We trying to destroy the bucket.
Yeah, we trying to destroy the bucket. So
Neighborhood grocery is gonna destroy the bucket.
that's what we've been trying to do. But I'm just in a better space. Like I used to think about that type of little shit, and all that shit is just weighed me down. I'm just in a different space. I'm just the moment I sign on that dotted line, I'm like, this is the risk that we sign up for when we get into this hustling shit. Like. This the risk we sign up for, not that other shit that I've been going through for them years. Like, nigga, this is this shit
We
right
always
here.
said I'd rather swing for the fences and miss
Period.
than be sitting on the sideline wondering,
Period.
what if?
Period.
What if?
When we wrap up, I'm gonna talk to you about something, man, because we about to try to swing for the fences on some shit. And
All right.
a lot of shit that you've been going through in the last couple of years.
We probably gonna go through.
you know what I'm saying? So
I definitely is, but I think that I mean, just from my opinion, I think y'all got a much more stronger headspace than I did. It's like I'm a Capricorn, so I'm a natural worrier, quick as hell. Like as soon as a little shit happen, I get the worrying, and I start tweaking untweakable shit, and I start fixing unfixable shit, and I start double crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and then I start dotting the T's and crossing the I's. It just start getting crazy because I'm just naturally like that. I think y'all in a much better space, so y'all will be able to take the punches much better. And that's me being encouraging, but that's me being my truth. So I really think y'all are, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been seeing the growth. Like I listen to every episode, and I've seen the growth. And it's subtle, you know what I'm saying? It's the subtle shit. Like and I know y'all see it because I can see the confidence, I can hear it, and people would have been stopped. You know what I'm saying? The moment they didn't get $1 million off this podcast and shit, they would have been stopped. Like, I'm done with this shit. But you keep going because y'all see the other end, and y'all gonna be all right because y'all know y'all see that shit.
man, we appreciate you, man, for doing what you're doing, for enduring what you've been enduring, and continue to keep going forward, man. We appreciate that because we need that, and we just pray for your mental health because that's important too, man. So when we see people out here who are standing up for us, doing these fundraisers, and just trying to get the community together, we want to support them with a tweet, with a repost, with positive words. But we got to support and make sure that they take together mentally as well, because this shit it has to be stressful. Telling us about it is stressful, so going through it is even more so.
And even on top of that, once he gets up and going, we got to support it with our dollars.
100%.
Because, that support is good, but dollars keep the lights on.
If I got to go to the east side, you know what I'm saying? I'm over there.
Do for replication. That's why it's like,
I'm
I'm setting the standard.
We
like,
over there,
I'm
no
setting the
matter what.
standard. Like, all right, people from the west side should have to come to the east side. They need their own store. So,
Man, we do
west side is where y'all at. Let's do it.
Live broadcast from the grand opening, dog.
Let's do it. I'm
Like
with it.
on all the cameras and shit, live broadcast from the grand opening, dog.
And y'all already know y'all got a spot. I ain't even really got to ask. Maybe just ask where at. But it ain't never going to be a no.
And be coming soon.
It ain't never going to be a no. This is my spot. So
Final thing, because we didn't talk about 3K auto sales because that wasn't a thing when you came the first time.
It wasn't, nope.
So through all that, I'm just gonna open up another business too, by the way.
Yeah, and I did that in being mentally distressed. It was like opportunity came. I'm starting to get the rejections on my concept of disrupting the community. So I said, I'm gonna do it with no help, but I'm gonna do it in a smaller scale, improve to the city and all that. Like, I can do this shit. Y'all looking for the exception to the rule. Y'all don't need no exception. I can do this shit, and I'm doing this shit. Like, we in a neighborhood that don't nobody care about, and now they care about it a little bit more. Y'all seeing the development. We got crib down the street.
Brand new homes.
We got crib down the street. We got land over here on this side. Like, we doing the shit that y'all preach about people being done, and y'all got all these different organizations that they got all these renderings, and this is what we gonna do. Guess what? We doing it. Some hood niggas doing it now. We doing it. We hiring the people that y'all say y'all gonna hire full time. You know what I'm saying? We doing the work that y'all keep talking about. We're doing it. Yeah. We doing it in a different industry, but we're doing it. So in the midst of all of that shit, we up another business. So this is, you know what I'm saying, again, the same social agenda. Like, everybody there, they got records. You can't get no job like that. So again, this is stuff that y'all preach about, giving everybody a fair chance, but y'all ain't gonna give them a fair shot. So we giving it to them. So, in the midst of all of that, we up 3K auto services and, trying to expand onto that and turn that into, that's gonna be $1 million corner soon.
Parts?
We do.
I need something.
I got you.
I'd rather spend my money with you.
I got you. So yeah, we about to turn Charles and Solar Boy to $1 million block, like period. Like it's really just us over there. Like we on a whole corner by ourselves. Yeah. And the traffic is crazy. So we getting love just from being there. So that's about to be $1 million corner. So but that whole mission was just showing like I can do this shit. Like y'all can believe in your man, so I can do this shit. Like, I'm young and all that, but I can do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's that.
If people want to, so is the GoFundMe still up?
It's up, but I ain't really pushing that for the crowdfund purposes. Okay. But you got people that just want to give on the love. It's still up. I'm never gonna go down there. It's
what give them if they want to find it.
I got it pinned to my Twitter. It's community-owned grocery store on GoFundMe if you go check for that. My Twitter is Farah_Rafa, Fairo_Rafa. Instagram the same. I don't be on Facebook like that and all that shit, but y'all can DM me, hit me up there. I'm on LinkedIn too, which is real underrated with this social media shit. LinkedIn is the shit, so you can find me on there. LinkedIn is the shit, so you can find me on there too. But yeah, man, we out here. My equity crowdfunding campaign will be up January the 31st. So it'll be a whole website for that. That stuff will be getting rolled out this week. Shit don't stop. It don't stop.
Man, well, I appreciate you sitting down, man. It's been a long time, and I'm glad you was able to this is something that the people need to hear.
Right. I was trying to stress you with them tweets with them texts and shit. I'm like, I was stressed out. I'm about to stress everybody out.
I'm like, dog, this a lot, dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, this a lot. I'm already the conspiracy nigga. Like, I'm in that bitch with vest on and shit. They coming and get me. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been crazy, man. But I appreciate it, my brother.
You know it. Absolutely. You know it.
It's all of love.
Until next time, I'm not saying that we the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dave.
Peace.
That was it. I think that was it.